Here we are.
The two-night premiere starts Sunday, November 17th on Fox. Tonight's aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. If you call
World
yourself
Series.
a sports fan, you've got to get DirecTV.
And they're advertising
Call 1-800-DirecTV.
7th
inning rolls in, game 5 tied at 1.
That would be
Daniel
like
Nava
the
is
Nephilim
first up.
Giants.
Breaking ball in for a strike from
And
Adam Wainwright, who
we
has
got
struck
it in
out
the
9.
outfield here
Allowed a run
on this
5 hits.
particular game. And we all know that the Boston Marathon was rigged. So basically a drill went live, and Paul McCarthy's ex-wife acted like she had her legs blown off. She already had one leg blown off, and then we had a military guy. He faked that he had his legs blown off, and then they tried to portray at the Boston Marathon that that's where it happened. We know SEAL Team 6 American soldiers went live and did the bombing in the Boston Marathon. Sandy Hook was an inside job as well, and basically those fighting for the Constitution, they're just basically you let everybody know that the Constitution has been null and void since 1938. They sold us out to the Vatican. We got 3 cardinals in play now, 3 Jesuit popes, and Black Pope, Gray Pope, and the White Pope. Most people know the White Pope. The Nephilim Giants basically control the world leaders and are in cahoots with the Vatican. They sold us out to the Vatican, and we are under Roman law, Lex Forte law, Maritime law, and that's why our courts are not paying attention to the Constitution. So anyways, the grid lines, if you take the area codes of Boston and St. Louis, you'll come up with some grid lines, and they'll go through the arch, and the arch is like a stargate. So when the fallen angels and Nephilim giants return, which they have this spacecraft, might be Ison or Planet X, has different names coming in, Maitreya or whoever they're going to have represent this so-called peacemaker. The King James Bible clearly indicates that they are all demons. There's no good and bad. And they'll be arriving in this spaceship that will knock out the grid, and perhaps World War III, and then an economic collapse. That's what Albert Pike was indicating, and he was basically wrote the book Morals and Dogma and is ahead of the satanical agenda. All the popes are working directly under Satan and working with the fallen angels, the 1/3 that came down with Satan. So, if we are in these end times, this is what we will be faced, and they're obviously getting all their armored trucks and their military men to seize guns here in America, and pushing laws after their false flags. The United States is just starting to be one big false flag. They do a lot of these bombings in the month of April using numerology, symbolism, and they got an 86-year curse here, and I think it's rigged for St. Louis Cardinals because of the 3 Jesuits in play, and we've never had 3 Jesuit judges in this particular team. The Vatican created the Freemasons, the Illuminati, and the Jesuits, and 13 evil, powerful families that rule the world with the fallen angels. They're all in cahoots. And the Federal Reserve Bank and the other banks are all a front for the Vatican. And then you're going to have all the secret societies that were created from the Vatican, basically. And the Bilderberg Group, which is a bunch of bankers and power players that control the world, and they meet once a year and come up with their agenda of what they're going to implement. So we're looking at within, this year or within a month or something, once the dollar implodes, and if they basically bust out the grid, then we won't be able to use electricity in our cars, because they're all going to need to be able to operate. And I guess once you have an EMP strike,